Even if I go live on the thing, it doesn't count it, which is fucking stupid. So I should be live now. Theoretically, I should be live now. Okay, now I am live. Okay, cool. It's kind of dumb because essentially I had to connect it to my. The new live streaming is actually a little bit more annoying. Well, I guess, granted, I'm just not doing it, so. This might be just me trying to get into the groove. Oh, wow, 7 people. God damn. God damn. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's up, everybody? I'm trying to use this new live streaming functionality that Twitch has. I mean, that YouTube has. And we're going to see how well it runs. What's up, Zora-san? I don't think my chat is connected, though, which kind of fucking sucks. So let's change that because life is fucking hard and we can't have any of this tomfoolery. The crusty gray, yeah. There we go. Cool. Alright. What's up, Zora-san? We're just trying to get some people in here. What's up, Zeke Killer? You had a meeting. Hey, listen, if you working, don't be trying to, like, substitute this for working. I always have the playbacks up, so you don't need to worry about all that. What's up, people? We got about 8 viewers in here. Like I said, I'm trying to use YouTube's new chatting feature, so we're going to see how well this runs. I will say it seems like the chat comes in about the same time. What's up, Typesad? I like how that Typesad's like normal intro, particularly because he's in Kuwait, so like his time difference is a bitch. Like I don't even know what time is it over there right now, Typesad. Because I really appreciate the dedication. My God. You know what's horrifying is when your door just starts creaking open. I don't like the fact that my door just creaked open. I'm gonna have to get up and move this fucking door because it's gonna bother me now. Alright. Oh, 10 o'clock isn't too bad. Took you almost 4 hours. My last stream... Wait, but my last stream was what, an hour? And then... Well, my last stream on YouTube was like an hour. And then my stream before that was... And then my Twitch stream was only 2 hours. So why did it take you 4 hours? Unless you had to post. I probably do. Someone's fucking... That happens. Apparently, like, it's the way the air circulates in this room. Sometimes it creates like a tunnel or like a vacuum. And it'll sometimes pull it up. It's because I started playing Resident Evil last night. That's the fucking problem. Retro, you don't get to talk, Mr. One Trick Pony. Alright, buddy? Nice to see you too, motherfucker. I've been live for about 5 minutes, so we can kind of get into it. So a lot of this is just gonna be direct recap, things that I thought were interesting, things that I thought were cool, and things that people may or may not be happy or angry about. There's a little bit of Pokemon controversy, but I mean, unfortunately, that just seems to be the running thing with Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield will never have like a trailer come out and nobody say anything. Somebody's gonna open their mouth and say some bullshit. So we're gonna just talk about the direct in the most of the order I remember it in. First off, the Overwatch port. The Overwatch port, I'm pretty indifferent to. I want to say, it's not what I would consider terrible or bad. It's just a port that I'm not overly like excited about. Actually, I don't even think. I still don't even think. I don't think most people are excited. Like it's one of those things where it's kind of cool, but like most people's issues is about the same. Why didn't we? We're talking about the games. But most people are just kind of like, why didn't this come out sooner? Like they're like the Overwatch conversation started back when Diablo 3 got an announcement. People were like, why not port Overwatch? Overwatch is definitely the more popular of your recent IPs, and it's the one that probably needs the boost. Like realistically, the Overwatch port is primarily for Blizzard more than it is for Nintendo, in the sense that like Overwatch has been on that decline, like every other shooter that got popular. It's been on the decline as of late. So if nothing else, this will boost Overwatch's interest for people who haven't played it yet, which there are still a chunk of people who haven't played it. The 30 frames per second isn't really a shock to me. I know some people aren't happy about it, but like I don't understand like why that's ain't no one. What is that? Misogyny? Ain't no one misogyny that. Misogyny? What is pitchogony? I don't know. Z-Killer reiterate, because that confusing me. But it's one of those games where I'm just kind of like indifferent to it. I'm not overly excited about it. It's not overly crazy. I probably should have had the Nintendo Direct up so I could skim through it like a responsible human being and adult. Unfortunately for me, I'm not a responsible human being or adult, so I'm going to do that now when I should have done it otherwise because I'm stupid. So Nintendo, where's your channel? And where can I pull up your thing to get a recap? There's other thing like Trials of Mana got a release date, which I'm surprised considering it was just announced like a few months ago. I'm surprised how quickly they announced that one. But hey, cool. I'm not against it. Let's see. Oh, you meant your Twitch stream was at 4 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sad. Overwatch is 30. Yeah, I know it's 30 FPS, but I didn't know what you were saying before where you were like misogyny. That was my issue. Or you mean no one's buying that? Is that what you meant? I'm not sure. If you haven't played it, but why buy now? I mean, yeah, because the Overwatch for me, it's like I've never played Overwatch, but I wasn't overly interested in buying Overwatch. It's also like that's the other problem. It's $40. Like, it's a lower frame rate version, and the only reason why you would get it is if A, you've never played it, or B, you want to play it portably. But you're playing it at a lower frame rate, so for a lot of people, they're like, well, I've been playing it on PC this whole time. Why would I go buy a lesser version? I think it's cool that it's there. It just doesn't mean a lot. I guess moving on, though, let's go to Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3, well, I feel like at this point, you can't do much to make people any more excited about Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, Luigi's Mansion 3 is one of those games where it's just kind of like, this shit looks good. This shit looks great. When is it coming out? Can I get it? Where's my hands on it? Like, at this point, Luigi's Mansion 3 can't do anything else to make me any more excited for it. Like, I'm just ready for the game to come out. Which is funny because they didn't spend that much time on it anyway. So I guess moving on, it's a Kirby game. It's a Kirby game. I don't really know. Like the Kirby situation is one of those like it's a cool free to play game, but it's also Kirby. So like for me, it doesn't mean much. The game looks gorgeous, but it's obviously using the Star Allies engine. Yeah, Overwatch is not a game you want to rebuy. It doesn't even have cross saves, so that's even worse. Uh, but yeah, the Kirby free to play game looks good. Looks fucking great. I just don't. And I think my mother's gonna come up here and interrupt me. Which, wait for it, guys. If you want a mom cameo, give me a second. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a second. Usually my luck is pretty bad. No? No? Maybe not. It's fine. But yeah, Kirby is Kirby. It's a free to play game. It's harmless. Whatever. So I'm indifferent to the Kirby stuff. The next thing is the Trials of Mana remake. This game already meant a lot to people for the sake that it was. This is the first time the game's being localized. Like the game got a localization shadow dropped on E3, and then got a remake for this shadow drop non-localized game in the same goddamn announcement. And then this damn direct go ahead and gives us the release date, and we start hearing the English dub because in the treehouse footage, I think they were still using Japanese voices. So like, that's alright. We've already seen this game twice, and I literally know everything I need to know now. It's a remake of a beloved classic that finally got localized. The game looks great, and the game comes out. What is it, like March of next year? I think. Hold on, it should tell me in a second. I'm actually watching the direct as I'm talking about it. She ain't coming yet. What's up, Jazz? It comes out April 24th. So Trials of Mana is probably going to be on the buy list. I'm just going to be real with you. Especially because I'm not getting Animal Crossing. The next thing is kind of a... I heard this game gets a lot of love. This whole Return to Obra Dinn. Return of the Obra Dinn. Apparently this game got a lot of love and appreciation last year. But I know nothing about it, so I didn't really pay it any attention. But yeah, Trials of Mana looks great. Let's see. If I want to play an arena shooter, I can play only the two 60 FPS ones. What is that? Paladins and Splatoon are the only two 60 FPS ones on Switch? What's up, Yuki? Hi, Yuki. That Catherine full body thing felt like a shadow drop for me, so I was like, maybe. That's one of those games where I'm like, I might fuck with it. I haven't made a decision yet, but I might fuck with it. It's just a lot of shit's coming out right now. Like, September is insanely packed. Like, Spyro's already out on Switch and shit. Daemon X Machina comes out next week. Actually, it comes out like... Yeah, next week. It's too much. Also, side note, Little Town Hero finally got a first. I don't know if that name was confirmed. This is the first time we're seeing that name, but now it's called Little Town Hero, and it comes out next month. And Toby Fox worked on the music, and the game looks gorgeous, and it's $25. Huh. That one, I want to fuck with it, but it's another one of those games that didn't need to come out right now because it's going to get buried. It's only going to get buried because a lot of the bleed over from September. Like NBA 2K20 just came out, right? 2K20 just came out. There's so much like bleed over from September. The game looks cool and it looks like it'll be fun, but it also comes out in the middle of the goddamn month where everything's getting swamped. Like it's just too much shit. But the game looked good. Probably not. Spyro is one of those games I'm interested in, but I don't really need right now. But yeah, Little Town Hero comes out like October 16th and it's like $25. Yeah, if you go in the eShop, it's $25. That's what also makes it a little bit more interesting. So I'm kind of like, maybe. Because if it's 24 hours, that tells me like, Little Town Hero, no, buy 0. Don't care about it. You wouldn't care about it. It's just it's bad timing. But it looks cool. I guess the next thing though is what everyone was probably fucking excited about. That Banjo fucking release date. Which Shadow dropped the same goddamn day. And the servers didn't crash, so that was great. So that Banjo release. I don't know if they say anything about physical release for it yet. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything for it. And that's the other thing that killed me. Everyone kept talking about the reason why Sword and Shield looks bad is because Little Town Hero was taking away development resources, and I'm like, well, most of Game Freak's side games are never big games. They're all like budget games. Like what was the other one? Giga Town Wrecker or Giga Town Breaker, Harmonite, even the Elephant Peanut game. Like most of Game Freak's other titles are like budget. And Little Town Hero is just a slightly higher budget title. So it's crazy. But remember, it took all those resources from Sword and Shield. If it's $25, that tells me it's probably like nothing more than maybe like a couple hour game, maybe like a 4-hour game probably. 4, maybe 5-hour game, which is fine. It takes place in one town. I'm cool with that. And then we got another issue in the form of, okay, cool, we got Banjo Shadow dropping today, or the 4th, I mean. And then we get the Terry announcement, Terry Bogard, and there's been a bunch of fucking hoopla over this goddamn Terry announcement, because you have the people who are excited about Terry because of what Terry represents, being an SNK rep, and then you got a bunch of people who are like, who the fuck is Terry? Terry doesn't deserve to be in this game because no one knows anything about Fatal Fury or fucking or King of Fighters and shit. And I'm like, and you know what trips me out is that Smash Brothers, the way they announced Terry they announced him in a way that people should have been mellowed out about. Why? Because they essentially announced Terry and then right afterwards announced like a season 2. So there's a season 2 on top of it. So what's the problem? It's not like they just wasted a character slot. For those who like Fatal Fury / SNK properties and respect and wanted Terry in the game, guess the fuck what? You got Terry in the game. And then those who think that there should be other DLC characters, guess the fuck what? There are other DLC characters that you can get. So I don't understand this weird hatred towards Terry. Also, people are starting to get mad. I've already seen it. People getting mad about, why y'all getting on us for not knowing SNK? Well, it's called gamer elitism. Like, these are the people getting mad that they're getting called out on not knowing SNK or SNK characters are the same people who would get mad if you didn't recognize like a popular IP. Like you didn't know about Mario games. You didn't know about Nintendo products, like, or PlayStation or whatever. Like, people would get the same way about Crash and Banjo. Motherfuckers would be like, who the fuck is Banjo? And someone in the back be like, you don't know who Banjo is? Even though the dude only has 2 main games, like 2 handheld games, which by the way never got to Japan apparently, and then 1 racing spin-off game that isn't really considered good. So it trips me out that motherfuckers want to talk this shit about Terry, which King of Fighters has 14 main games, one of which just came out a few years ago, and they've already shown a teaser for KOF 15. What? But the Terry is the weirdly offensive one, but Banjo isn't? The character who, for one, has less games and less notoriety. Why? How is that? That doesn't equate at all. It's so fucking stupid. But people want to get mad when they get called on not knowing who Terry is. So it's okay for you not to know who Terry is, but it's offensive if people don't know who Banjo is. Like, I hate that shit. Hey, what's up, Antrite? It's just a double standard. Motherfuckers say one thing and they really mean the other. I think after that they showed trailers for Zelda and Dragon Quest again, which at this point, it's crazy. Yeah, Samurai Showdown. Jesus Christ. I don't know what Samurai Showdown is. Get the fuck out of here. People who don't know of Terry are people who just didn't care to, and you call yourself a gamer. You were a person who just didn't care to kind of go out of your comfort zone. And that's fine, but don't act like he didn't deserve it just because you don't recognize him. That's fucking stupid. Or because the game franchise didn't sell well. It sold well enough to get 14 iterations. King of Fighters has 14 going into 15 iterations. And King of Fighters 14 was generally praised. The only problem people had with KOF 14 was the fucking graphics. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy. And then getting to the game, I was the most hype. Well, not the most, but it was one of my hype games. Is that Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore Edition. I am so ready. This game got so much shit because of the timing and how long it took and all this other bullshit that the game didn't get the love and respect it deserved, because all people were still mad about it because it wasn't the SMT Fire Emblem crossover that people wanted. What's up, gaming bros? And so the game got a lot of hate and bullshit because of it. Where the game is actually really fucking good. I love the battle system for it. That's not shocking, Retro Death. It was an SNK game. It's almost ridiculous not to have Terry in an SNK game, even if we had to flip his gender to get him. But man, I want Tokyo Mirage Sessions to do well. The only current controversy with this game is that it seems to be a weird hodgepodge of the censorship issue, where it has some scenes that are uncensored from the old game, but some scenes are still censored, and people are like, I don't know what to say about it. That's its current controversy, that we can't tell if it's the censored version or if it's the uncensored version, or if only certain parts of it are censored and other parts aren't. It's inconsistently censored. That's what it is. It's inconsistently censored. It's a weird situation. A very weird situation. Now, a game I want to quickly talk about because of I didn't know much about this game, but I saw certain people freaking out about this game, is Deadly Premonition. The fact that it got an announcement of a sequel and the original game got put on Switch. I didn't know shit of Deadly Premonition. I have found out later that Deadly Premonition is like a cult classic. Apparently it's like a really niche ass game that hits this weird, it's so bad that it's good appeal to it. And I didn't understand that it was that was an announcement of a sequel because I knew nothing of the game. But I can take that L. That's the thing. That's the difference between me and fans of SNK. Motherfuckers don't want to take L's when it comes to SNK. Oh, what's up, Neo Star? I'm sorry, I missed that. Oh yeah, they always want to talk shit about you not having the game uncensored. It's ridiculous. But so I'm happy for the Deadly Premonition fans who are excited about that, because it's another niche title that got a revival thanks to Nintendo, which is weird. Actually, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is in the same boat. So I'm glad Nintendo's doing that. We're not there yet, Kingu. We'll get there, Kingu, but not yet. The next two games are Divinity of Sin 2, which the only cool thing about that is it has a cross save feature with Steam, which I think is pretty cool. And then the other game was Bethesda felt the need to talk about having Doom 64 on the Switch, which I guess is cool, but doesn't mean a lot to me because I didn't really care about. Doom is not a franchise I was ever into. I'm eating cereal. I'm eating cereal out of a big ass cup because I'm lazy. Actually, I don't know if that's laziness or just ingenuity. What's up, Twin Daggers? Power Warriors is fine. That's literally all I have to say about it. It's fine. I saw Carrot was announced for the game in Shonen Jump. That's fucking great. Fucking super excited about that shit. Because Carrot is bae. I don't care what anyone says. Then I think they announced what I guess you would consider a new IP. It's like a 4-person online multiplayer shooter, which doesn't look insanely great. It looks okay. It's not anything like amazing. I think it's supposed to, it feels like it's trying to carry the spirit of like Left 4 Dead, but it looks like it's called Rogue Company. I don't have a lot to say on that because I don't know much of it, and it's a new IP, so there's really not a lot to say on it. But yeah, we have a new IP, Rogue Company. I guess that's cool. Also, all we need now is Fatal Frame 5, and I will be complete. Well, Fatal Frame 5 and Wonderful 101. I guess now we need to talk about. She's a traitor, though. Wait, who's a traitor? I feel like I missed something. Who's a traitor? Not sure. Oh. Smite and Paladins. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's just a new IP in general. Okay, it's not like a Nintendo IP. It's just a new IP. Okay, cool. All right, fine. Now we get into the Pokemon controversy. Just to kind of, well, the controversy and then the new footage. So we have more extensive customization, which is great. We now essentially have a new cooking mode, a camp/cooking mode, where I can set up camp anywhere, and then I can also like cook. And the cooking is pretty much reference to like Poffin, like the closest relation would be something like Poffins, or the Poffin or the Pokeblocks mechanic from like Gen 3 and Gen 4. Well, we'll keep wishing for Kingdom Hearts. But so here we go. So the camp feature is essentially like the Ami feature mixed with the cooking feature, which is like the Poffin feature, and it's cool. I don't really have anything against it. I actually like it because it feels more like you're on a journey. Like I like that, like, oh, it's on my downtime, I can set up camp and chill. I'm curious where I can do this at. Is it anywhere, or is it only in the wild area that I can do this? But I do like the animations, which is gonna get into some bullshit. But before we talk about that, we gotta talk about the new Pokemon we got, which was two. One was called Poltegeist, which I get the joke because it's a poltergeist, but it like inhabits a teacup. I imagine we're gonna be getting a lot of Gen 5 comments out of this one. Ah, look at that! They just made a Pokemon out of a teacup. It's not the most interesting to me, and I think its ability is very similar to like Shell Smash. Like it literally just seems like Shell Smash the ability. The other one's called Cramorant or Camarant. It reminds me a lot of like Swanna, except a little bit more like stylized. I do like the gimmick of its ability, which is that if it has like a fish in its mouth and you hit it when it has a fish in its mouth, you'll get hit. Although, just like in any other Pokemon game, we assume that the fish that's in there is probably a Pokemon itself. Kind of like the Manti Remoraid thing, which is a cool fucking callback. So I approve of that shit. Or the fact that you can camp online, essentially. That's the other cool thing. We also know that essentially they've taken out the ability to... Oh, thank you. What's up, Terrell? Been watching you since the Game Manic days. You still watch anime? Oh, yeah. I still... Thank you, V Keeps. V keeps it low-key. I do. I have a anime channel. It's called Schizomanic. If you go to my channel and look under the other channel, Schizomanic is right there. That's where all the anime stuff is at. I don't talk about it as much because my interest has been more split up as of late. But I really appreciate the $5. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Where was I at though? So all right. So here's the controversy that's going on currently with Pokemon. So a lot of people looked at the animations in the PokeCamp or the footage they showed, and people realized that as essentially it's the same Ami, Pokemon Ami animations that they used since I want to say Generation 6, obviously with keeping the new ones from like newer games, like the Gen 6, Gen 7 Pokemon, and obviously the Gen 8 Pokemon have new animations. And people were like, look at that, that's Game Freak being lazy again because they're using the same not enemy, Amine or Pokemon Refresh abilities, which is, animations. And here's my thing, and I think someone even made a good point. Like, why is it that when Smash did this, Smash had less of a reason to do it. Smash keeps a lot of the old animations from the older games, and it doesn't get a lot of this shit. Like, a lot of Smash, pretty much starting with Brawl. Brawl had completely, I think the majority of its animations were new. And then when you went to Brawl to Smash 4, a lot of them were reused. And then when you went from Smash 4 to Ultimate, a lot of them were reused. And for some fucking reason, like, we don't hear the same amount of bullshit from them. But look, Game Freak's being lazy because they're reusing the new animations that they've only been using for 6 years. Which means they've only been using it for like, this will be the second mainline game they've used it for. So why is it all of a sudden an issue? They say 6+ years, but think about it. Brawl came out in 2008, 7 or 8, and they reused animations until in 2014's Smash Brothers, and then they reused it again in 2018's Ultimate. Like, so that's what? 10 years they've been reusing animations. Yeah, I know it's the National Dicks group. Now listen, I get it. I understand what people are saying. They want new animations, they want new everything. I can understand that conceptually. I understand that the whole point is that you want new shit other than old shit. You want the game to be changed. But like, I feel like at this point you're just beating a dead horse. Like, I don't even want to go too much into it again because I've talked so much about this Pokemon stuff. At this point, I just want the game to come out. The last thing I'll probably much say on this is that I'm very happy with Game Freak for not spoiling everything. Because every time we see new news from it, I'm very concerned. I don't want them to show us everything. I want us to be excited about it. I'm actually surprised they didn't show us the second evolution stages for any of the starters yet. That's the shit I appreciate. When we look at new Pokemon, they haven't shown off that much. They've shown off the legendaries, they've shown off the starters, they've shown off like what, Dreadnought and Yamper and Wooloo and Corviknight and Impish, and now we got Cameront and Poltegeist. They haven't even shown off that many. Oh, and I guess what is it, Eldegoss, which is I think it's Florigist's pre-evolution. Hold on a second. I forgot to turn off notifications because people like to talk. But it's been a lot of cool stuff. I still think the games look good, but that's a whole nother thing. Hey, Nostradamus. They should have scrapped the old Pokemon and called it, just made 200 new Pokemon. Actually, yeah, but see, the problem is that people got mad at Black and White for doing that. Remember, Black and White, the original Black and White was only new Pokemon. The only way you could get the old Pokemon was after you beat the game. And people got mad at that. So what did they do? They backpedaled for Pokemon Black and White 2 and made old Pokemon available. And that's what they've been doing since. I think it takes away from the new generation, but everyone caught the fucking attitude over, oh no. And then see, what kills me in those games, you could get every Pokemon in the game. You just had to back trade, or the old Pokemon were in like post-game areas. And people bitched about that. So literally it was a lose-lose situation. So now I think Game Freak is like, fuck it. We gotta mix the old with the new. So that's what's going on. But yeah, I don't wanna stay on this for too long. Let me see. People just well, yeah, part of it. I'm not saying people don't have valid criticisms. I also just think people just want to talk shit about the game. Like at this point, it's just for the sake of talking shit about the game. But I don't want to take away the fact that people do have valid criticisms of the title. Um, I'm just trying to catch up with the chat real quick. What's up, Laker Link? I like how Black and White did it too, but people got so mad and Game Freak said, "Fine, fuck it, we'll put the old ones back in." Well, they had to. Think about it. If you lock me out of getting the old Pokemon until post game, that means the main game has to be full of a bunch of different Pokemon. That's part of the reason why Gen 5 is so good for me. I love Gen 5. But everybody was so fucking concerned about the misrepresentation, and it just became a fucking annoying. Well, yeah, it's still gonna sell well. That's the other thing. Pokemon fans are hypocrites. These are the same motherfuckers talking about how they're so tired of these things with Pokemon, and yet they still buy the games. Like, if you really believe in this notion that you need to vote with your wallet, don't buy the game or buy it third party. Like, buy it used or some shit. Like, make a stand. That's my whole thing. Like, I'm not, listen, if you want to boycott the game, that is on you to do that. That's perfectly fine. But don't sit here and talk all this shit about the game looks like it's trash and ass and it's lazy. All these things, and then still buy the game brand new and still give Game Freak your money. Buy the game used and make a statement. It's not fucking hard. It's actually cheaper for you to do that. But you don't want to do that. That's the irony. But anyways, I don't want to keep hanging on that. So for right now, let's move on. So the next thing is that we got our finally announced SNES games on Switch, which if nothing else makes the online a better sell now. Because some people are like, let us get Super Nintendo games, god damn it, because that's what we want. Super Nintendo games. And guess what they gave us? Super Nintendo games. So that's really cool. The selection seems to be pretty good. And I've heard rumors that, like, apparently they're not going to do the monthly schedule anymore. They're just going to release them. They're just going to release them out. They're just going to release the games as they're available to be released. So, like, we'll just get constant updates to the SNES and I guess NES library of games. But that's, I don't know for sure. I just heard that floating around, that they're not doing that monthly release bullshit anymore. Which is fine with me because it's Super Nintendo and fucking, it's Super Nintendo and it's Nintendo Entertainment System. These games have already had virtual consoles since the Wii days. We shouldn't even be playing this game anymore. Well, I guess I gotta wait until next month to get another 2 games. Then the next month to get another 2 games. And next month to get another 2 games. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But the game selection looks pretty good. It's 20 games. They're all pretty much fan favorites, it looks like. So I'm pretty happy with the list we have currently. I think it's like Star Fox. And then Stunt Racer FX, apparently this is the first time this game is being like on the virtual console, which is great. I wish Earthbound was on this bitch. Like, give those fans like bigger incentives, because that game just recently got kind of a second win thanks to all the re-release it got on Wii U. Come on, guys. I also hope they do what they were doing before, where they were putting like Game Boy Advance games on. Yeah, but they were putting Game Boy Advance games on. So I hope that's next. Like Game Boy Advance. Just start throwing this shit out. Like dead ass. Just start throwing it out. I don't know if we're even going to get N64. But I'm glad Super Nintendo's here. It makes the online more appealing. All around, pretty positive on that. And then, of course, they're selling you another Super NES controller, which I actually think is better than the fucking NES controller, because it doesn't have the stupid rails on the side of it. And it looks like it can be charged USB-C and has like Bluetooth, which and has like extra ZL and ZR buttons. So by default, you could technically use this as I guess you couldn't use it as a Pro controller because it doesn't have an analog stick. but it's pretty close. And it's also cheaper. It's only $30, so it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more enticing, I guess, is what I would say. But yeah, we need more Game Boy Color, GameCube games. That'd be great. Then they gave an update for Tetris 99, which I'm not too surprised about, considering Tetris 99. It's Tetris. Like, part of me thought that this wasn't gonna blow up as much as it had, but it's also Tetris, so I should have known better. Like, even on the base level, Tetris will always be like that game. And it's a really basic ass version of Tetris, like visually. Like, it's almost astounding how well this game is done. But it's also Tetris, so I shouldn't be surprised. What else are you guys saying? Oh, it's just the same thing with the. Yeah, it's just the same thing with the virtual console. But yeah, just a bunch of Tetris 99 updates. Cool. It's Tetris. It was going to do well regardless, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I guess the next game would be, I believe it's Mario and Sonic at the Olympics 2020, I believe. This game has been a fucking enigma. It's one of those games that, like, I'm like, fuck this franchise, but damn it, why does this new one look so fucking appealing? And it makes me angry. Like, it's not, it's conflicting. It looks way better than the other ones had. It has a little bit more charm to it, and I'm conflicted. Because it looks better, but I don't need it. But this would be the one I would be kind of like interested in getting. Like, this is the one I think that's had the most mass appeal in a while, where people are like, fuck, it looks good. It looks good enough. And now it's like, what do I do? What do I do, Johnny? I don't know. Look at it. It looks, this game, it's a problem. It's one of those games I don't think it's fucking amazing, but it looks good enough, and it looks better than it used to. So I'm like, maybe. The hype is gonna get you fucked. I want to see how well this reviews. Not gonna lie, I'm keeping my eye out on it because I want to see how well it reviews. The next thing is Daemon X Machina. He got another demo. I feel bad for Daemon X Machina. Daemon X Machina is one of those games I think will have a really niche fan base, and like that'll be it. Because it comes out next week, and they're going out of their way to be like, come on, we need to sell this game. I honestly think this is one of those games that probably would do well even if it sold like somewhere between 250,000 copies. Daemon X Machina is what I'm talking about. What's up, Iron Mandarin? I don't know if I said hey to you. Oh, what's up, Digital Age Gaming? I don't know if I said hey to you. I apologize. And what's up, Static Shattuck? Static Shattuck. Is that the first time I've actually said your full name? That's crazy. I don't think I said hey to you, so I apologize. But yeah, Daemon X Machina is just gonna... It is going to struggle. And I feel bad. Because Daemon X Machina looks like a cool game, but it just comes out in a really bad time, and it's one of those other games that doesn't demo well. Then they announced like an old school Star Wars game being ported to the Switch. I don't know. I've never been a Star Wars fan, but I think it's Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Star Wars has never been a title that I'm like overly interested in, so it doesn't do much for me. But I think people said it's a really good game, so I'm looking forward to that. Sleeper Hit would be a fair statement for that game. I honestly think 2019 is going to be the year of Nintendo. Like, literally, the only month I don't know Nintendo might not win an NPD is December, and that's just because there's nothing out in December. But my God. And then I think they just showed highlight reels of stuff. So, like, Witcher 3, and then they announced Assassin's Creed Collection, which I believe is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and then... What the fuck was the other one? Assassin's Creed... It's like a spin-off game, isn't it? The problem is the Assassin's Creed ports have not been great. They've been, like, either mediocre or whatever the fuck. So I'm like, Then they just talked about Dauntless again, which is weird because I think Dauntless is already out. So Dauntless is Dauntless, and I guess Dauntless is Dauntless. It's not even a good joke. I'm so stupid. It's fine. Everything is fine. And then the next thing, I think, was like a highlight reel. Yeah, there was a highlight reel. So you had like Farming Simulator, that mob game we saw in E3, Just Dance. Sony has the Medieval remake, which comes out next month, and then it has Death Stranding the month after that. I think of the two games, Death Stranding and Medieval. I think those are the only two games coming out for Sony. You was live stream for Resident Evil. Yeah, that was last night. If that's what you're, I'm not sure what you're asking, Static, or if you're just telling me. Or are you just commenting on the live stream last night I had for Resident Evil 2? But yeah, you got other games like Call of Cthulhu. I don't even know what the fuck that is. The Outer Worlds, which was announced a while ago. It's like they just had like a small highlight reel that didn't have a lot in it. They also like shadowed mentioned, oh, by the way, Devil May Cry 2's coming, which from what I heard, people aren't the biggest fan of Devil May Cry 2. And then Vampire maybe. That was another game. And then I think the last thing they talked about was Animal Crossing before we got to that hype ass final announcement. I'll be real with you. And I think I've already said this before. Animal Crossing has never been my cup of tea. So like, this does very little for me. Like Animal Crossing in general is also, I think Animal Crossing is another game that does not like do well in directs because of the nature of what it is. Animal Crossing is just it's a life sim. It's like demo. It's like talking about Sims for 10 minutes in any type of presentation. It's very life simmy. Now some people who are overanalyzing like I am, they'll appreciate all these little new features and details and shit. And I can appreciate it for games I care about. Animal Crossing, unfortunately, is not a game I care about. So all this stuff with the Nook phone and the weeds you can pick and making your own paths and putting furniture outside and being able to move it freely, and then all the online players being increased from like 4 to 8. Like, these are all great features and great like quality of life changes, but like it doesn't do anything for someone who doesn't care about the series, I guess. Like, there's no way to make Animal Crossing look more appealing. Like, Animal Crossing is one of those titles you just kind of have to play, and then you kind of get it. Let's see. They didn't even announce Yokai, which is, yeah, that is weird. I saw Yokai Watch in there, but they didn't even talk about Yokai Watch. We know it's coming, and it's in the reel. You see it for like a second, because it's the port of 1, I believe. You have Yokai Watch 4, which still isn't out in the States, and then I think they announced like a port of Yokai Watch 1 coming. I can't tell which Yokai Watch it is, but that is another title. I'm curious if that was mentioned in the Japanese Direct. What else? By the way, Lord Zed and Conqueror's Way. Oh yeah, I saw that, which is a damn shame. Because I like that voice actor, god damn it. Conqueror is not like a high tier character, and neither is who was the other one? Well, I don't know who Lord Zed is. No, I was thinking of oh, what's his name from Bleach? Oh, what's his name? Urahara, I think. Yeah, he also voices Urahara in Bleach. That is a shame he died, though. What's up? Fubuki Sensei Chan Army. Fubuki Sensei Chan Army. That's interesting. Hi, how are you? I think this is the first time I've seen you here. But with all that being said, there is still one more title we have to talk about that was announced at the very end of the Direct. And that is the remake for Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Game Hunter. Oh, from Power Ranger. That's why I didn't know. I don't know if I'll do one tonight. It depends. I have to go to work tomorrow, and I still need to go to the gym today. So I'm not going to promise a stream tonight. But fucking, man. It's crazy to me how it feels like Xenoblade is going through the same renaissance that Fire Emblem went through. Where Fire Emblem went from a series where you kind of just mentioned and then never talked about again to a franchise that sells gangbusters and motherfuckers are in the back like, yo, by the way, Fire Emblem this, Fire Emblem that, Fire Emblem this, Fire Emblem that. Fire Emblem became so oversaturated it was ridiculous. Xenoblade, I feel like it's going through a similar renaissance. Where it's like, Xenoblade went from like this niche-ass Japanese title to, oh yeah, by the way, it's going to headline our new console. By the way, it's going to headline our new console. And by the way, it's gotten so much love and attention and hype, we can now use that to end shows with, to end directs with. That's crazy to me. Xenoblade 1 is weird because I bought it during the Wii U era and never finished it, which is a shame. So I've only played like maybe the first 5 or 6 hours of the game. So I didn't get as far into it as much as I wanted to. So that is another title I am very much looking forward to playing the definitive edition of. It looks like they literally ripped Shulk and Fiora's models out of Xenoblade's 2 DLC. Because they're in that one. And they look very similar to it. I don't think it's the exact same model, but it's very similar. Which is great. I'm also very proud of Monolith Soft. I feel like Monolith Soft is finally getting the praise it deserves. Because my God. Jesus. But I am very much looking forward to Xenoblade 1. Yeah, I figured that's like a day one for a lot of people. That game will sell like another million just because it's Xenoblade. I don't know about X. X is such a weird game. I don't know what they want to do with X. I feel like the next Xeno game is probably going to reference X more than Xenoblade 1 or 2. Well, then Xenoblade Chronicles just comes out. That will be bought. I'll get around to that. Yeah, it's just so much. It's so much money, yo. Nintendo's been on the fucking ball. Because this is weird. Like, overall, this is Direct. It's pretty much like a refresher or kind of like an update for those who didn't watch everything of E3. Because some of this shit from E3 you wouldn't have known if you didn't watch, like, the Treehouse or stuff. So I feel like it's an update on E3 stuff. And then it's a bunch of small and new announcements. And it's one of those Directs that's weird. It's one of those Directs that I would say isn't, like, amazing. But it's so consistently good that, like, you can't sit there and say it was a bad Direct. Like, literally, you can look at it and be like, yeah, it's not a bad Direct by any means. It's a good Direct. And Xenoblade looks good. Xenoblade definitely looks good. I was looking at comparison shots earlier. It looks good. I love the fact that Tokyo Mirage Sessions is getting some love. Now, all I need you to do, Nintendo, the one I'm really focused on is Fatal Frame. I'm also curious what we're going to see at the Game Awards. The Game Awards, I'm going to bet money, will probably be... Well, actually, we don't know. First off, we got Tokyo Game Show. And then we got the Game Awards later on. The Game Awards probably is going to be Bayo 3. That's the only... It's either going to be another Shadow announcement, but it'll probably be Bayo 3. Just... My God. It's so much stuff. Damn, Lightning, you were way late. Way later than usual. Usually you're not this late. Man. That's crazy. I mean, I don't really care about X getting a remaster personally, but I wouldn't be against it if it got it. But Fatal Frame is the focus right now. I need a Fatal Frame. What do you mean? Oh, you mean Xenoblade 2 art style or graphics? Because those are not the same thing. But it don't make sense because Nintendo now owns part of that IP. Like, Fatal Frame is partially owned by Nintendo. Why the fuck not do something with Fatal Frame? Especially because they're kind of running out of main IPs to do stuff with anyway. So, I don't know, man. That was a good direct though. If nothing else, that was a good direct. I don't think it's anything like mind blowing, but it was a really good direct. I think that's where my head is at with that. So yeah. Anybody have any thoughts, opinions, anecdotes they want to share, or questions? Let's see. What's up with Monolith Soft new IP? Yeah, we probably won't see Monolith Soft's new IP until after Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition is released. Oh, you mean art style? I mean, I wouldn't be. I don't know. Considering the story of Xenoblade Chronicles X, I'm kind of fine with its art style. Although I do wish they were emotive, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, no, Nintendo owns a part of that IP though. It's like I think it's like 50-50 or like 60-40 or something along those lines. Like Nintendo owns a good chunk of that IP from what I remember. Well, Fatal Frame 5, I don't know if you count as a port. Technically, that's more of a. You got the Wii ports that never got. No, the Wii ports came out in Europe, they just never came out in the US. I just feel like Fatal Frame needs more love. And it's weird. I got hooked on Fatal Frame from the 5th game, not even because like the other ones. And I know some people have their issues with the 5th game. I like the 5th game personally, though. I think Star Fox just needs a new game. I don't know if I would say a port of Zero. I'm not saying I hate Zero, but I would say I'd definitely rather I'd rather get a new game instead of Zero port. Because people aren't going to be excited for a port of Zero, unfortunately. Just a new game would help Star Fox a lot. That's fine. I know a lot of people didn't like the art style for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I like it, but that's also because I'm an anime fan. Fatal Frame 5 has like this arcadey feel to it in its combat, and I fucking love it. How did you? Oh, actually, Kingu, how did you feel about the looks of Shulk and Fiora based on the remake? Because they look more anime now. They definitely look more anime now. I love how that's the running gag. Miyamoto cannot be involved in any Star Fox game. And then, of course, we got the obvious, where the fuck is Pikmin comments, so. We'll see what happens. I'm actually curious, now that we had a direct in September, are we going to have another one in like November or December, or are they just going to leave that up to like the Game Awards to put out some announcements? We'll see. We also don't know. We know Terry comes out in November, so then the question is what are they going to do for December? Are they going to announce the next character for Smash in December? We don't know. We'll see. We will see. Sleep. I have problems, everyone. Don't mind me. I'm just going a little bit crazy. Let's see. I hope they would give us the Fatal Frame collection. Yeah, I'm totally. I just want more Fatal. I want Fatal Frame to gain that kind of resurgence because I feel like it deserves it. Pikmin's weird. It's more like it's like a strategy game. Survival strategy is what I call it. Although some would argue that Pikmin has a different feel between each of its games. Oh, that Xenoblade 2 looks more like waifus? Well, of the main cast, that's not really true except for like Pyra. Pyra, maybe Poppy's older forms. One of which is optional. You don't even have to get. Nia, I don't think looks like waifu until she gets into her blade outfit. Her blade outfit is what makes her look waifu-ish. I have not played River City Girls because I didn't even realize that it came out until I started seeing footage of it and went, oh shit, I didn't know this game was out. I guess that's another fucking title I need to go get. It's crazy. It's nuts. My God. People are tired of Arlo talking about Pikmin. Her Arlo and like Obi got a bunch of hate because because of the whole Terry thing. People got exposed on that Terry shit. It was stupid. And here's the kicker. I didn't even play King of Fighters or Fatal Fury. And I know who Terry is. I know who Terry and Mai Shiranui are. I've never tried Dark Souls before. Bad latency, post-apocalyptic RTS. I guess that technically is a fair statement. Yeah, like I said, there's just too many games coming out at one time. So right now, financially, I'm focusing on the titles I really want to play. So like right now, it's Astral Chain, it's Fire Emblem, and it's RE, Resident Evil 2. Those are like the 3 main games I'm focusing on, and I've been busy with a bunch of shit from work. Also Shantae, which I don't even know if that has a release date yet. The footage I saw of Shantae looks great. We don't think we have a release date for it yet. But yeah, I think we covered the direct. I don't think there's really anything else we need to talk about. Not today. Because I don't want to get into like another Pokemon rant or anything. So with that being said, I think I'm going to cut it off here. I'd rather leave and let you miss me than to stay and you get tired of me. Also, because I still need to go to the gym and work on them gains, baby. Because there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Oh, Lord. Anywho, thank you guys for the support. Thank you once again, V Keeps It Low Key, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the support. And you will catch me here again to next week with another. No, I did not finish playing Nier. Nier will be another one I get back onto. Also, hey Randall, I don't even know if I saw you earlier, but if not, hey Randall. Try to say hey to everybody. But anyways, like I was saying, life's a game, play to win, and I will see you guys next week with another Manic episode. Peace. Oh. Oh no.